kind of take us through a few of the steps?
A few of the steps.
The Coneflower.
First of all, the book is gorgeous, and I would recommend that you just get it out and you look through it so that you understand, like, where am I going? Where is this at? And the other thing I would recommend is that you take this page in the book and you copy this whole page.
Why is that?
Because this is your kind of your guide to the whole book. It's kind of that roadmap to all of the cuts you're going to be making. And we're going to take a look at this rulers. And we have a bunch of sets of lines here. We have, you know, a blue solid, an orange solid. We have some dots. We have some dashes and all of these things. But there's only one place to make a cut.
Right.
So
there's the curve.
There's the curve. So that's pretty amazing. And then over here on the side, there are also some little marks. So we have some little blue dots, some little orange dots on both of those, and then the little black dot. Those help you trim it.
Yes.
And that's what I love, the wiggle room. This is your wiggle room right here. Because once your curve is all sewn, then you're going to use those to trim it up.
Love it.
So, are you ready to take a look at it?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
So this is a fun one to do, and we kind of have it started here because it is, you just feel like it's so crazy, like it's never going to line up. Because if I bring, this here,
that is so true.
This is how it has to go, and the top of this curve has to fit right there. So that's how you're going to start it.
So odd.
And you're like,
this isn't going to work.
This ain't never going to work. There is no way. And I think that this is the hardest one.
Yeah.
And it's easy, guys.
Yeah.
It really is easy.
Yeah.
So we're going to start, and what I would say is you start here and you get those couple stitches in it, and maybe about a 1/2 inch. And at that point, you're going to start pulling it. Now, if I'm doing this one specifically, this is an awkward angle for me.
Yes.
So if it feels awkward, don't keep it awkward. Turn it.
I like that.
And you can change it to this direction.
I think that's how I would do it.
Yes, because this is your natural. You usually line it up on the right side of your presser foot. And I would put my foot down. I'm going to say Kris is going to be right on this one. I'm going to use my Q2 stitch and use the side of my foot because I did just to kind of try things out. I tried my 1/4 inch foot and it gets in your way a little bit. So you want that flat foot and then just to do it.
Agreed.
So you're going to go a little bit and then you're going to pull both of them straight. But you can't really pull the whole thing straight at once. You're going to pull about an inch.
a little at a time.
And once you're sewn to here, you're going to pull it straight again. And then as it sews, it's going to curve up.
Yeah.
So Kris is going to sew this. We're going to see how she does.
Oh, boy. Okay. And am I starting a 1/4 inch down?
Yep, you start a 1/4 inch down because that is also your wiggle room. And what is nice is in cutting these curves, you cut yourself a nice bias curve on both of them.
You do.
And so that's what allows you to do that stretch and to wiggle them in there.
Okay, so I've taken a few stitches and now I have the needle in the down position so it holds it. So the key here is that we're trying to make this form a straight line.
Yes.
We're not sewing around a curve.
No.
And that's where a lot of times where we get those puckers is we try to sew around the curve and it's really difficult. No, you have to remember to keep this straight.
Take that bias edge and show it some muscle.
Exactly. And then the other tip I have when doing this is you hold this on top. This is why we're not pinning. And we just ease that in as we sew straight, all right? So
and you're going to do it like maybe an inch at a time, maybe. Look at that. It just like lays down there so nice.
It does. And you know, if you had a stiletto, that would be helpful right there.
A stiletto is really helpful. I think it's one of those things.
Let's take a look.
And I think the very end of it is the hardest because it's just holding that. But remember, you have a little bit of wiggle room.
Look, you've got wiggle room here, you've got wiggle room there. And this just comes out so beautiful. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
You are going to say, oh my wow. Right?
Yes, you're going to be like,
oh
I just did that.
I just did that.
I just did that.
Exactly.
So
okay.
we have that, and we have one that's already been pressed. Now, I
Okay.
will tell you, because that's all you're going to do. I just pressed them whichever way felt natural, but I had one shadowing, and so I was like, what happens if I press them open?
Cheri.
You don't have to do it unless you have.
Really?
I had a white and a dark.
Okay.
So I had to see if it worked.
And
it does. But most of the time I wouldn't. So I would say, so this is my one curve where it was a light with a dark.
Okay.
It was right there, and you can just barely see it.
all right.
So that's why I'm like, does it press open? No. It does, but I wouldn't on all the rest of them.
Okay.
Okay. So, but I'm going to take this one because I'm going to show you now how to trim it.
Let's do.
Okay. So
Okay.
to trim it, this is an orange one. So if I go back to this page, it shows me, here is the orange one right here. And it shows me how to trim it. Okay. And then, so there it's all cut. And then it's going to come back. And I'm going to use my orange marks. And I'm just going to lay this right here. And I'm going to make sure that that orange dot, this is on 1.5 inches, and this is on your orange dot. And it's hard to see on that fabric, but it is right there.
Okay.
So there's my orange dot, and there's my curve on 1.5. So look how much wiggle room you have on this.
Hey, that did pretty good.
That did. And so then we come back here, and now we can just go up to the 1.5 by 3 inches. So right there. So we don't have to line up any marks here.
Nice.
So we just do that, and then we just trim and trim. So look how much wiggle room you have there.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah. That's amazing.
And then this little piece is going to become right there.
How simple was that?
So easy.
So easy.
You're going to do two of, and so when you
Opposites.
cut, so this one you would be able to cut opposite. This one you would be able to cut opposite. So a lot of them you can, but then sometimes you get into ones where you don't have the opposite.
Right.
So, and they'll tell you that. They'll be like, cut two, one face down, one face up.
And you say, aye, aye, okay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
that's how easy it is. You are going to be a genius.
Oh my goodness.